case you didn't realize it by now, I'm in my car a lot. And I listen to other music besides jazz. So I had a great request. Somebody wrote to me and said, Aimee, I like your scat singing videos, but I'm a beginner and I need a little help getting started. And I said, I got you, girl. I've been watching volleyball all day today, my daughter. So I wanted to see how other people on YouTube are teaching you to scat sing, so I looked up some of the top videos. There's one that has like 75,000 views, and it's this guy, and he goes, let me teach you about scat singing. It sounds like this. Like that. That's one way to do it. It's definitely one way. But here's my thing. If I can't transcribe what you just did, this is not worth my time. So if you just sing notes that are I can't tell what they are. That's a problem for me. So then the same cat says, let me show you how it sounds if you scat over chord changes, because you have to know how to scat over chord changes. So he scats on a rhythm changes. He goes, like that. Once again, I can't transcribe that. I don't know what your notes are. So rule number one from me is gonna be, don't fake it. If you're ghosting notes, you're not really scatting. You're not making the changes. You just kind of sound like you can say a bunch of syllables and sing a bunch of jazz rhythms. I mean, those were jazz rhythms for sure, but the notes weren't clear and he wasn't making the changes. So don't fake it. We got to make the changes. The one thing that guy had going for him though is that he legitimately knew some jazz rhythms. That was a plus for sure. All those rhythms that he sang, like that, that's gonna help. That's gonna help a ton. And we're gonna do some exercises soon to help you learn some jazz rhythms. My second point is this, and this hasn't been a rule of mine my whole scatting life, but quite a few years ago, 4 or 5 years ago maybe, I decided to make it a goal of mine. Now, take this with a grain of salt. You don't have to do it, but this is what I do. I decided that for me, my solos were going to be about note choice, rhythm, beautiful melodies, singing what's in my heart, having a nice contour, contributing to the band, things like that. And for me, in order to do that, the rule I made for myself was that I was going to stop saying every syllable that distracted me from music. So, I mean, I used to kind of scat like that guy. I said all manner of syllabi, I don't know, all manner of syllables. And it's cool if people do that. It's totally cool with me. It's just not my thing. So I decided I wanted to only scat sing with da and la and do and lu and a ba here and there, or a boo here and there for a slight accent. And that's what I've been trying to do. If I could always scat with da 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 like that, I'd be happy with myself. And I learned that from Chet Baker, who's one of my very favorite vocal improvisers. Let's listen to him a little bit. My favorite. Chet Baker's a trumpet player, and he scat sings like a trumpet player. It's enough. Like, he sings great ideas, fluid lines. for me, there's nothing to distract from that, from his great ideas and fluid lines. I like it. So whether you would like to improvise with your voice or with an instrument, you have to know jazz rhythms. And I learned this from a piano player named Hal Galper. And what he does is he'll take students and he'll teach them about jazz rhythm. And the way that he does it is brilliant. And I'm just going to copy what he does right now. So I'm going to sing a jazz rhythm and I want you to sing it back to me. All right? We're going to do it for a little while. That's the first step. There's our beat. Da 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 da. You go. Da 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 da. Again. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 do do da. Da 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 do do da. Da do do da. Da da do da. I added a little pitch. Da 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 do da do da. Da 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 do da do da. Diddly 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 da da do do da. Diddly 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 da da do do da. Da 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 do do da. Da do da da do do da. Now together, we're gonna keep going, and we're just gonna say a lot of rhythms together. Okay, I'm gonna go for a while. You can do whatever you want. Doesn't have to be at the exact same time as me. You make up your thing, I'm gonna make up my thing. Da da do da do da do da. Da do da do da do da. Ba da da ba do da da diddly da da do da. Da do da do da. Da do da do da. Da da do da do da. Boo da da la do da do da. Da do da da do do da do do da 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 da. Do do da. Do da da do da do da. Boo da do da da do da do da do da do da da do da do da do da da. You get it? All right, now go back and listen to that about 20 times. Copy me, sing with me 20 times before you watch the rest of the video. After you finish this video, go do it 20 more times. Let's talk a little bit specifically about jazz rhythm. I teach it in a different way than most people teach it. And I didn't get it from my own brain. I got it from my college professor, Ray Smith, who's a great woodwind player and the leader of a fantastic big band there called Synthesis. Now, the thing that Ray taught was that he thinks that people get it wrong when they tell you to accent the upbeat or the offbeat when you're singing eighth notes. A lot of people will tell you that in order to swing, when you're singing eighth notes, which, you know, the swinging eighth notes are da 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 like that. A lot of people tell you to accent the upbeat, which sounds like this. Da ba 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 da. I don't like it. Ray didn't like it. I don't like it either. I've had a long time to decide whether or not I like that, and I just don't. They'll also tell you that you should subdivide in triplets. Da 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 ba 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 da like that. Da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da, and then that's how you swing. Well, let's go back and talk about some of those rhythms that I just sang to you. And by the way, I sang them like I believe they should be. Whoa, that's shaky. Like I believe they should be sung. Okay, so let's take a rhythm that I just sang. I think I sang it at least. We're gonna do 4 quarter notes in a row, followed by 1 more quarter note and 2 eighth notes. The eighth notes are gonna come in on beats 2 and. and of 2. Here's where we go. Da 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 do da. Da 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 do da. Now, I want that second do da to be as close to beat 3 as possible. And I feel like that's how you swing super hard. Da 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 do da. A millisecond before beat 3. Da 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 do da. Da da da. Right before, millisecond before. Not da 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 do da. It's too early. We want to wait as long as we can, all right? So in almost all cases, especially when you're learning, I want you to hold out on those 8th notes, especially the ones that get accented. Da 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 do da do da. So hear that? Do do da do do da. And I just barely said it. Do do da, like that. It's an and I barely said it. It's not do ba square. I don't like it. Do do da, like that. I don't want it. Da da ba do ba do da ba da. I don't like it. If other people teach that way, they can teach that way, but I'm not going to teach that way. I'm going to teach you to barely say them. Da 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 do do da da do da, like that. And I think that swings super hard. Want to know why it swings super hard? It's because all of my attention is given to the quarter note. Da 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 da, like that. That's why it's hard to swing unless you've got your bass player giving all his energy to every single quarter note, or her energy. And right, and when they do a little offbeat accent, it's just right, like millisecond. That's who I'm learning from. Bass players, they swing hard. They're in charge of the swing. I love it. It's the best. So that's it from me today. First lesson in scat singing is about rhythm and about swinging hard. I'm going to tell you my mantra about how to swing hard. It's that the quarter note is king. Let's listen to one example that's going to show you about how king quarter notes are. So YouTube took down my little example of Lil Darlin' by Count Basie, but go listen to it. It swings so hard. It goes like this. Ba 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 boo ba, like that. Those quarter notes swing so hard. Okay, back to the car. If I could tell you one thing to do after watching this video, it's to go back and watch the rhythm part 20 more times. Copy me exactly. If I could hear you, and I heard you copy me, and I go da da do da, and you go da da do da, I'd say no, it's too early. Wait a little bit longer for that. Even though it sounded the exact same as me, I would always tell you, wait a little bit longer. Da do da, as long as you can, and say it as little as you can. That's the first thing. Second thing I tell you to do is go listen to Chet Baker scat sing. Just go to YouTube, type it in, Chet Baker scat, and you'll hear some of his solos. You can hear how nice they are. Also listen to his trumpet playing. The guy plays more lyrically and beautifully than almost anybody else. So, take a couple of days, listen to Chet Baker, and then if you're tired of Chet Baker, listen to the Count Basie Band. Can't nobody swing harder than the Count Basie Band. That's it for today. Let's try to swing hard before we even worry about the notes. Thanks for going on this little car ride with me, and I will see you next time. I need to wash my window.